Well, hey guys, this is DK Spencer. That guy. So, if you just got into less lethal this morning or you've been completely living under a rock, you might not know what this is, but most people are going to recognize this. This is an MCS buttstock for a 13 CI tank. Alright, we use these quite a bit in less lethal. I guess in paintball too. I don't know. Probably, but I'm not a paintballer. Never have been. But anyway, it's a buttstock that goes on a 13 CI tank. Works great for like M17s, FSC carbine bills, just all kinds of different stuff. Anything you got a 13 CI tank coming out the back on, you can throw this on. Doesn't have a guide rod or anything. It's pretty much universal. I believe that's actually what they call it. So what's the problem with it? Well, not really a problem or anything, but they are kind of cheap plastic. And unfortunately, they look like cheap plastic, but you might not realize that unless you look at one beside one that's been Cerakoted. So, my boy Colin bought a VKS off of me a really, really long time ago, and he finally broke it. Not the VKS, but the buttstock. So he actually broke this little tab, maybe from over-tightening it, I'm not sure, but he asked me if I could make him another one that matches his VKS a little better than this. And he asked me like at the first of winter, and I hated how long I took to do it, but I finally got around to doing it the other day. So anyway, this is graphite black Cerakote. This just, I mean, hands down looks so much better. Check that out. Don't get excited. I'm not going to start Cerakoting these and selling them or anything. I just wanted to show, you know. I mean, if you've bought a VKS off of me or something and are interested in one, we can probably work something out. But I'm not going to be putting them on the site or anything like that. But I just wanted to show you guys, and this is just an air-cured, because these are plastic. So this is just an air-cured Cerakote. Not very hard to do. When weather gets better, I'm going to start doing some tutorials on Cerakoting, because that's kind of my claim to fame in this. Cerakoting and accessories and usage and stuff is definitely what I enjoy doing, making stuff look really good and then setting it up the right way to use it and blah blah blah. So anyway, I'm definitely going to do some videos showing how to do some stuff, especially like with the air cure, because anybody can do the air cure if you know follow the steps and know what you're doing, and a little bit of practice, you can get really good with it. So anyway, this was, pretty simple to do once I got around to it. Obviously, I had to sandblast it first, and spray it. And the air cure, it takes like 5 days to completely cure. But, you know, you can't really, there's some stuff you just can't bake, right? So anyway, again, graphite black is what color this is. Cerakote has a few different blacks in the air cure. They've actually come out with some new colors too, which is kind of cool. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. And then, well, I know there was something on my wall of danger here that I was wanting to show you guys, but it's over on this side, I believe. I've sold off quite a bit of stuff, trying to just basically make room and make stuff a little neater, but I wanted to show you guys how I had this guy set up now. Alright, so here it is, the 120-pound mini striker repeating pistol crossbow. They advertise this as having a 6-bolt magazine. If you can count, you can see that I actually have more than that in there. I've got 8. So the 6 is with broadheads. The broadheads actually have bigger tips on them to screw the broadheads in, or the arrows for the broadheads have bigger tips on them, and that tip sits in here, takes up more room. So if you are using the broadheads, you can only use 6, but if you're using practice arrows, you can put 8 in there. I haven't even opened my broadheads, so, you know, I've got 8. Because why not? And as strong and powerful as this thing is pretty doggone sick, to be honest with you. Now, is it anything like the 175-pound crossbow I've got hanging up here? Well, no, but it's... Whoops. But, no, but I dropped the FSC box there. Good, it's empty. Yay. It's considerably easier to cock and considerably easier to carry. You can throw that in a little bag. This thing takes up a lot of room, and in an awkward way, because it's not only long, it's also wide. So this thing will shoot arrows up to 330 feet per second. I believe there's some videos out there where it will go through a bulletproof vest. Obviously not body armor. Don't get too excited. But anyway, it weighs 2.46 pounds, so it's extremely light and portable. It is, in fact, a little under 18 inches long, which is pretty cool. And if you look at it, the way it's designed, it has a very slim side profile. It's slimmer than it probably even looks. As you can see, it's the span of my hand, right? So this you can carry about anywhere in about anything pretty doggone easily. It is extremely easy to cock. You do not have to step on it like you do with the big one and pull it back with both hands. You can actually keep your right hand on the grip and cock it with your left hand. It's achieved by just pulling this backward. The safety, there's a hole in that, right? And your thumb, this is your safety, so your thumb reaches up, pushes that, and you're good to rock and roll. It does have this little kind of, I'm not the biggest fan of that. I mean, it serves its purpose-ish, but it could be better. Probably the cheapest, or maybe not the cheapest, but probably the least perfectly designed part of the thing. But, yeah, pretty sweet. So, it has a 13-slot reel, I believe. Let me verify that. Well, I just blew that one theory out of the water. It's an 11-slot reel. Remember, DK might not always be right, but he ain't never wrong. So anyway, I was wrong. Alright, so it's an 11-slot reel, and the way that I have got this set up, which I really, really like this setup, I toyed around with some different stuff. I originally put a bull dot laser on it, which, if you're not familiar with that, check those out. That's one of the few lasers that I'd give my endorsement to. I don't like lasers. They have too many limitations, and they point out your position too easily. But a bull dot laser throws a really big beam. You can see it pretty much in broad daylight. So fast target acquisition is good with it. They're just pretty friggin' awesome. But anyway, what I did was I put a low mount on a SIG Romeo 5 red dot. So this is motion activated, so it comes on whenever you pick it up, goes off when you set it down for a few minutes, or several minutes anyway. And then I put an Olight turbo on it, right? So the turbo, and I've made several videos with the turbos. I use them on my Sidewinder, my Western Rattler, a lot of different stuff where you have to, and a lot of air guns, you know, do not have rails all the way to the end, like a handguard on an AR-15 or something. So what this allows you to do, you've got this all the way back here, but it is such a tight beam, you do not get any beam wash on anything, so it's not going to be lighting up your crossbow. The beam is very, very tight, so it goes past it. You don't get any shadowing at all, period. You could actually go back even a lot farther than that without risking any shadowing on it or anything. So anyway, so that's very good because you don't want to light yourself up with your light, when you're, whoa, dude, that's some close arrows. All right, so you don't want to light your light yourself up and show your weapon off to the intruder or whatever. So excellent position there because. Well, let me show you. I mean, it'd be easier if I actually move the camera back. So, excellent position there to just reach up and cut it on. Very tight. See, it's not hitting anything. And, I mean, it's a great beam. Let's look. Okay, look. verified. It's dark. Y'all are going to be so proud of me. I cleaned up the range. I finally got around to doing that. But boom, right? Do 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 do. All right. So you can't beat that. You really can't beat that. Now, as you can see, you are seeing some illumination on it, just to, but you can actually see the beam is not actually hitting it, which making it, like blinding, like it would be with something else, like, well, I don't know. Like, say, for example, we put a PL3 Valkyrie on it. Let's see what I'm talking about here. Now you see what I mean? And look at that. See the difference? And that's extremely lit up, right? You're getting more light on you than you are what you're aiming at. That's just no bueno. No bueno at all. Okay, so now we're back to this guy. So, very clean looking. I can't express how much I dig it. So I've got a Monstrum 90-degree rail on it to set it off to the side there so you can use it. Now, it does have a strobe. It does have a strobe function. All right. Unfortunately, the strobe function, this is the least ergonomical thing about it, but you're very limited when it comes to this thing. You've got one rail at the very back of it, so you can activate the strobe. You're probably going to have to use your left hand to do it, but that's good because this is, a pistol crossbow, so you actually have a hand free. See how that works out? Pretty freaking neat, huh? Alright, so anyway, there's that. I'll put links to all this stuff in the description. I'm not going to shoot it because, well, it's been a long day and it's dark, and we'll do that in another video. I just kind of wanted to show off the setup. I was talking to my boy Justin, Slingshot Warrior, today, and I was like, man, I got a video I got to make that you're going to like. So there it is. There's my setup that I'm going with right now, and probably how I'm going to leave this thing. So, all right, guys, this is DK Spencer. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, check out our group on Facebook. I'll also put a link for that. It's basically a group for any kind of home defense that doesn't involve firearms. So we've got black powder, we've got archery, we've got less lethal, we've got air guns, we've got guns and knives and sticks and baseball bats and even Chuck Norris. Woohoo!